Hi guys, welcome to Film Companion South. I am Vishal Menon and today I'm going to be reviewing Dulquer Salman's new film Kannum Kannum Kollaiyadithaal. The influence of Maniratnam's Tirada Tirada over Kannum Kannum Kollaiyadithaal extends beyond the title borrowed from the 1994 film's best song. KKK is also about two morally ambiguous conmen, the two women they love, and a police officer who's struggling to crack a case. In a sense, KKK is what one can call a spiritual update of Tirada Tirada, with technology playing a bigger part and a neatly done gender role reversal. It's also a film that survives on surprises alone, so you can understand what the makers were trying to say or not say with that terribly cut trailer. But these surprises take a long time coming. The setup scenes that introduced us to Sid and Callus, for starters, are particularly ordinary. What's the deal with our young filmmakers struggling to write real lived in young people? Why do these characters come across like their outlines were written by judgmental boomers who see youngsters as mere alcoholic man-children who have nothing going on in their lives but cars, girls, and partying? Now, even if that's exactly what they are, something feels messy about these characters because the film desperately needs us to like them. This becomes even more difficult when you realize that one of them, Sid, has been following a girl for weeks to the point where he knows her schedules, the nature of her job, and even what scooter she's riding. What doesn't help is how both Sid and Callus are also part-time conmen who use the internet to do mini scams to fuel that typical millennial lifestyle. But what writer-director Desingh Periyasamy lacks in creating likable characters with a dubious moral compass, he more than makes up for with his ability to write a screenplay that keeps us guessing. In fact, it takes almost an hour for us to really get what he was trying with the first act. In a sense, the film has this unique ability to get you to relook these very scenes through fresh eyes as and when it gives you fresh information, to the point where you ask yourself, who was actually stalking who? This becomes a pattern later on, with large stretches of the mundane getting lifted by some very clever writing. The film comes into its own only when it evolves into a heist film with a definite goal, or the loot giving it the direction it desperately lacked earlier. But again, it's only the writing that keeps things moving. Apart from one hilarious recurring gag involving a mobile ringtone and his moods, Rakshan, who plays the comic sidekick, struggles to give the film some much needed relief. That's pretty much the same with Dulquer Siddharth, especially in the emotional scenes that could have gone a long way in registering this character as someone with some depth and honesty, like in that romantic stretch where Callus declares his undying love for Sid. The connective tissue between these punch moments too is at times wobbly, and one finds it hard to keep track of how one event leads to another. For instance, the logic that is applied to take the two leads from Chennai to Delhi is so conveniently done that you know that the characters don't really need to go, but the screenplay certainly does. But the aforementioned twists are always just around the corner and come with the ability to let us forgive the bigger picture. Of all the performances, I found Ritu Varma's the best, not just in terms of what she brings to the character, but also for how clever the casting decision turned out to be. Barring the banal party song right at the beginning, Masala Coffee's songs help keep things light even when the audacious takes over. But if it's anything, it's how the film interprets Gautam Menon's character, which is essentially Gautam Menon playing a Gautam Menon hero that becomes a gift that keeps giving, including a genius level final reveal. KKK would have been a far superior film had the writer plugged the holes that keep appearing every now and then, ensuring the film's highs are always short-lived. It's also a film that could have really used some better staging of these duller scenes to maintain the tension that's inherently a part of a film in this genre. If the quality we see in the scenes like the one where Dulquer gets a phone's unlocking code was maintained throughout, we would have ended up with a far more fun, far more consistent film. In its present form, KKK is still a lot of fun, but it requires a lot of patience too. That's it for my review of this week's film Kannum Kannum Kollaiyadithaal. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe to Film Companion South.